It's scary. I've got lots of interesting sea animals today and a few marine reptiles as well. Can you tell me how many legs on a lobster? Is it 8 or 10? I'm going to be talking a little bit about endangered sea animals. The threats to marine species are difficult to see because marine animals are not as visible as animals on land. It can be difficult to check numbers of different species when they're in the ocean. Tagging is used for some species, but you can't do that for everything. There's a fun ending today. This is one of my Playmobil Sea Lions. They are marine mammals that have external air flaps, long fore flippers and short thick hair. I love the way how everything moves on this little sea lion. Playmobil has a new aquarium playset. I'll put a link at the end in the cards. Liopleurodon had a 4-foot or 1.2 meter long skull and long jaws with rows of deadly needle-sharp teeth which could reach 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimeters long. These were arranged in a distinctive nose to smell distant stay underwater. It came to the surface to breathe. Killer whales are apex predators. They are sometimes called the wolves of the sea because they hunt in groups like wolf packs. Their teeth can grow to 4 inches or 10 centimeters long. Orcas or killer whales are one of the world's most powerful predators. They work in groups called pods to take their prey. Dunkleosteus was powerfully built and armor-plated around its head. It was streamlined and shark-like. It lacked true teeth. Instead, it had 2 long bony blades that could snap and crush almost anything. It was dark on its back and silvery on its belly. The starfish or sea star. They have no brain or blood. Instead, seawater circulates through their body with the help of a sieve plate. Their body is covered with a bony skeleton. Some of the shallow water animals that breathe air, like turtles, manatees, dugongs, and whales, are often hit by boats and caught in fishing gear. Species such as turtles that lay their eggs on land often lose their nurseries due to coastal development. The whale shark. They have very large mouths and are filter feeders. There are only 2 other sharks that are filter feeders. That is the megamouth shark and the basking shark. A whale shark's mouth can be 1.5 or nearly 5 foot wide. It has 5 large pairs of gills. The frogfish. They are small, short and stocky and sometimes covered in spinels and other appendages to help them blend in with their environment. This camouflage helps protect them from predators and enables them to lure prey. The great white shark. Sharks are actually fish. Their skeleton is made of cartilage, which is what our ears are made out of. The great white shark is always on the hunt. Sharks have a very acute sense of smell that allows them to detect blood in the water from miles away. The Sally Lightfoot crab inhabits the Galapagos Islands. It is a typically shaped crab with 5 pairs of legs, the front 2 bearing small, blocky, symmetrical pincers. The other legs are broad and flat. The crab's round, flat carapace or shell is just over 12 centimeters or 5 inches. This is a spiny lobster. They have long antennas instead of claws, and they can be found in tropical, warm waters. They are 10-legged creatures, just like shrimps and crabs, their closest relatives. A lobster can swim forwards or backwards using its tail. Just like in other arthropods, the body of the lobster is protected by an outer skeleton called an exoskeleton. It is also known as a shell. Lobsters have a long tail composed of 7 pieces with a fan-like tip. They have an excellent sense of smell and touch, which they use to detect prey. In recent times, the numbers of spiny lobsters have decreased. Loss of habitats, the spread of disease, pollution and unsustainable fishing practices are directly related to the actions of humans, and recovery from these problems is rarely straightforward. Many marine species live in small specific habitats, while others require protection across their migration routes that cover vast areas and include breeding and feeding grounds. The right whale are the rarest of all large whales. As with blue whales, the 2 primary threats to right whales today are ship strikes and entanglement with fishing gear. In some areas they have speed limits and recommended routes to help avoid collisions with these whales. This is helping the species to begin to recover. The Moray Eel. I love this bright green colour. They live in holes and crevices amongst the rocks and coral on the ocean floor. This is where they can ambush prey. It is found in warm and temperate waters all around the world. It is a fish. The grey whale is a mottled grey baleen whale that migrates between feeding and breeding grounds each year. It's often found with incrustations of barnacles on the skin. The white scars are left by parasites which drop off in its cold feeding grounds. It also lacks a dorsal fin and instead has 6 to 12 dorsal crenulations, little bumps along the rear quarter there, leading to the flukes. The tail itself grows to 3.5 meters or 11 feet across and is deeply notched at the center. The giant cuttlefish. Like many other cephalopods, it is able to camouflage itself exceptionally well. It's an expert at color change. They can change color in an instant. By raising parts of their skin, they can also change shape and texture and can even look like a rock. Megalodon. The prehistoric Megalodon was the largest shark to have ever lived. Its teeth could grow to 7 inches or 16 centimeters long, and it would have fed on large prehistoric whales. This monster shark first appeared about 20 million years ago. It was one of the most powerful predators ever. The definition of a threatened species is one that may become extinct if measures aren't taken to protect it. An endangered species is one that has a very small population and at a greater risk of becoming extinct. Many species that become extinct never make it to the endangered list. The lemon shark is named from its colour. It blends in well with the ocean floor, and it sits there and lets small reef fish remove parasites from its skin. The blue whale. Blue whales live in all the world's oceans, in small groups, alone or in pairs. They often spend summers feeding in polar waters and undertake lengthy migrations towards the equator as winter arrives. Excessive commercial hunting has resulted in lower numbers. The sperm whale. They have conical shaped teeth for catching prey. They have a large brain and the most powerful sonar, which they use to help to find their prey in the dark, deep sea. This causes them to have a block-shaped head, making them easy to recognize. They're able to dive down to 1,000 meters and stay down for up to 2 hours. They live in very deep water. The humpback whale has also been listed as an endangered marine species. Before the ban on whaling in 1966, these species were hunted nearly to extinction for their fur and flesh for meat. Numbers are slowly increasing. They are not predatory as they filter feed for tiny krill or small surface fish, and you can see in the mouth there the baleen plates. They are totally harmless to people. This is a well-detailed model, and I like the way the jaw is articulated. The Goblin Shark is a rare species of deep-sea shark. It can be easily identified by its long flattened snout. It has a noticeably long head, tiny eyes, and 5 short gill openings. The mouth is large and its body is soft and flabby. This shark has a long caudal fin without a ventral lobe. The pectoral fins are short and wide, and the 2 dorsal fins are small, round, and equal in size. Here's trouble. Thank you for watching my video. It really helps if you can share my videos on any of the social media sites that you like to visit. See you again soon.